Saya mempunyai seorang pakar keselamatan penerbangan antarabangsa yang mempunyai lebih 40 tahun pengalaman dalam industri penerbangan, Kapten John Cox, dan beliau juga seorang juruterbang dan kini berada di Washington DC. Hello, Kapten John.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for joining us on Astro Awani. Now, it's been almost 2 days since the MH370 has gone off the radar. And based on your vast experience in the aviation industry, can you give us your analysis on the disappearance of MH370?
Malaysian 370 is a very unusual event because it is very rare that after 2 days we do not know the exact location of the airplane. There's extensive search and recovery underway, and I'm confident that we will find the airplane and that we will get the recorders and we will learn the cause. But it's a slow process, and right now the biggest thing is a matter of being patient.
Right, Captain. What do you think are the possible scenarios that could have happened on the plane before it gone off the radar at approximately 2:10 yesterday?
We have very little evidence on which to speculate as to cause. One of the things that we do know is that whatever occurred apparently occurred pretty quickly. The lack of communication from the airplane either means that they had an onboard problem or that the pilots were so saturated with their task that they were unable to talk to air traffic control. So those are the kinds of questions that the investigators are going to look at. There is nothing off the table currently about the potential cause. There is intelligence and security people that are involved in the investigation that are looking into that aspect. The airplane has an extensive and long high safety record. But they will look at mechanical issues. They will look at the potential operational issues. So right now, there are almost unlimited possibilities that the investigators will look at. We just need to find the airplane to get the evidence to understand what caused it.
Okay, Joe, let's look at the backtrack on when the plane disappeared, right? And it seems that it just disappeared off the radar. And what are the chances of that happening and the pilot not informing the ATC, the air traffic control?
The fact that there's a device on the airplane known as a transponder, and if the airplane is under radar coverage, that transponder sends out a code that is unique to this flight. And for when that to disappear may indicate an electrical problem that was on the airplane that caused this to no longer transmit. And that's something that the investigators will certainly look at. As far as the not transmitting to air traffic control, that could mean that they were unable to because of a similar electrical problem with the communication radios, or that the pilots, the demands on the pilot's attention was elsewhere other than talking to air traffic control. If you have a problem on an airplane, talking to air traffic control is not your primary concern. It's maintaining control of the airplane and dealing with the abnormality. So I'm not totally surprised that there was not an immediate call to air traffic control if their attention was diverted elsewhere and they were trying to deal with an abnormality.
Right, John, I think you mentioned that there is a possibility that they went off the radar because of electrical power interference on the transponder. Is there a button on the cockpit, perhaps, to turn off that transponder?
It is possible to switch the transponder off with a switch in the flight deck. Yes, that is possible.
And we're also looking at a lot of situations over here. Given the recent developments, perhaps what would happen if perhaps there's somebody who would try to, say, take over the cockpit? What are the security measures, the SOPs that the pilot would have to take?
There are very strict security procedures in effect. There are reinforced doors. There is special training that the flight crews go through to ensure the safety and security of the flight deck. And those vary from airline to airline and from country to country. So specifically what the security procedures were for Malaysian Airlines, I don't know, and even if I did, because they are classified, I wouldn't be able to discuss them. But I do know this, that they are extensively trained to make sure that security issues on the airplane are taken into account, and that a security level is always maintained.
Okay, John, also, it has been 2 days. We have been doing search and rescues. 9 countries have joint operations to do the SAR. And what would be some of the possibilities that we are unable to locate the aircraft?
I am very confident, very, very confident that we will find the airplane. We found the Air France 447 airplane was in much deeper water and much more challenging environments. I think in the next day or two, we will find the debris field, and that will begin to tell us the story of Malaysian 370, and whether there was an in-flight breakup, whether the airplane hit the water in one piece. I don't believe that this mystery will continue about the location of the airplane much longer.
Okay, I'd like to draw this incident to perhaps the incident in Air France in 2009. Do you see any similarities, or what can you tell us about if we would like to draw a parallel to this Air France incident?
The only similarities that I see so far is that this was a wide-body airplane flying over water at night. And at that point, the similarities, in my mind, stop. We don't know, there's a difference in the type of airplane. There were weather considerations in the Air France accident that are not present with the Malaysian 370 event. So I do not see a lot of parallel other than it's a wide-body airplane flying over an ocean at night.
Okay. All right, John, given the data available so far, what more do you think can be done to help increase the chances of finding MH370?
I think that the assets, particularly the aerial assets, airplanes that are being provided by a number of countries, Singapore, Malaysia, China, the United States, and others, are going to be the key assets. And once we start finding bits of debris, then the surface ships that those and other countries are providing will give us the clues that we need. So I think the assets are there. I think the command and control of those assets is in place. I think it is very noteworthy of the international cooperation that is underway here, and that's important, but it's also noteworthy. So I think the assets to find the airplane are there. It's just a matter of for all of us to be patient and let these experts do their job.
All right, thank you so much, Kapten John Cox, for joining us on Astro Awani.